Now we're rolling. Damage Plan MMA podcast. I'm Jason, back again with my co-host, the voice of MMA in Utah, Mr. Zack Partridge.
What up, dog? Yeah, my head's just getting bigger and bigger all the time.
Back again with another fighter spotlight, welcoming Mr. Artist Lyles to the podcast, who is fighting July 31st on the SteelFist Fight promotion. We actually got to see Artist fight, what was it, a couple months ago, Artist? What was it,
about a month out?
Oh, damn, you guys just fought in May. I thought it was like 6 months ago. Got to see you fight your debut back on May 1st for the SteelFist Fight promotion. And I know, Zack, we talked about it. That was a great fight, man.
That was a really fun fight.
Fun fight. Congratulations on getting the win, and welcome to the podcast.
Appreciate it, my man. Thanks for having me.
So from that first fight, I don't know how you felt. I don't even remember my first fight, but I also got kicked right in the face. So, you're grateful that it went the whole 3 rounds, or were you kind of bummed after that you didn't get a finish?
At first, I kicked myself a few times for not getting the finish in the first one. I dropped them, probably had 20 to 10 seconds. I dropped them in the first. I tried to capitalize on it. Just things didn't happen. Things didn't go according to plan. But honestly, I'm glad I had the full experience. I'm glad I better drag it out 3 rounds, man. So now that I know I can prove to myself I got the card and I was in great condition to go to all rounds.
Yeah. I think it's valuable, especially young in an amateur career, to know that you have the gas tank to go a full 3 rounds and felt strong. You looked, I think one of the things that won you that fight, I thought it was a majority decision. I thought you pretty clearly won the fight, but if I remember correctly, you were able to push a pace still in that 3rd round that was pretty tough for him to hang with.
I just told myself, just go out there and just go to work, man. Like if anything else fails, I know throughout the whole camp, I only had 2 weeks to prepare for that fight.
Yeah,
it was a late notice. So
okay.
I've been training all year round. Like I tell people before, I've been training in 2.5 years for this. So being in that situation, it was meant to be. So I just know I just have to push the pace and just keep working, to keep outworking them. I feel like, me personally, I got the best work ethic of my division so far. I haven't really been seeing a scout that much talent, but I feel like, me personally, I got the best work ethic. I worked very hard, and I knew I just had to push them through the rounds, and I know I was going to get it.
I dig it. So I was curious. So you've been training for a couple of years?
2.5 years.
2.5 years. When were you planning on trying to take your first fight? Because I'm sure the plan wasn't to take a fight on 2 weeks' notice for your first fight.
Definitely not. I wanted to get in there last year. 2020, I felt like it was definitely my year. But as we know, due to COVID and certain restrictions, things didn't fall through. But I stayed working all summer, man. You know, out in Vegas, it's like 110, 108.
Right.
I stayed working, man. I went out there in those long runs. I put on the work. I put in the cardio. I put in the time. As long as you put in the time and the effort and the availability, I think the win should definitely come.
Yeah, and you're down there training with some killers down there at Extreme Couture, Mr. Roman Isbell.
Nothing but talent, man. Nothing but talent.
Can you see his comment that I put up on the screen? Can you see it down there?
Oh yeah. Thank you, Ron. Shout out to my man Ron. He's the best man. He's the best coach, man. Thank you.
Hell yeah. So, Artist, what do you know about your opponent for this fight?
As of right now, through with the little information that I have received, I just got on me that he got 6 months training. I don't know if it's in general, 6 months training or 6 months training in MMA. Comes from a good gym.
Yeah, he's got a good gym.
Got a couple of fighters out there. He did a little bit of high school wrestling, so that kind of lets me know that he's very athletic. So it should be a great fight, man. I'm looking forward to it.
But you don't need to give the wrestlers that big of a head.
Yeah.
Just because they wrestle doesn't mean they're athletic.
You know,
I'm just kidding. I'm just not a wrestler.
Zack's gonna get slammed on his head.
Probably.
I got you. It's all good.
Oh man.
I'm just looking. So is this?
I'm gonna get myself in trouble.
I'm looking at this other. Looking at the guy you're fighting. This Ben McNeil. Oh, he fights out of the pit.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Has he fought before? Ben
No.
McNeil. No. Okay. All
It's
right.
his debut. He's a debut guy, right?
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
like
yeah.
it.
So I mean that'll be fun. What has your camp been like this? What do you feel like is going to be different being able to have a full camp to get ready for a fight and not just fighting somebody on 2 weeks notice?
Same recipe, but a different meal, man. Just come with the same work ethic, just keep pushing. And this training camp has really been more focused on conditioning, endurance, and a little bit more of range, man. Trying to be able to dictate the pace and dictate the fight the way I want it to go.
Okay. What's the long-term goal with this fighting? I mean, obviously you don't want to think ahead from July 31st, but going forward is the goal to get to the pro level and try to make it to the big leagues?
Oh, most definitely. I'm 29 right now, man. Like I tell everyone I came across, I got 5 or 6, maybe I'm gonna push it to 7 years in this, man. I definitely want to get to that pro level. I enjoy doing what I do on a daily basis, man, but falling in love with this sport has changed my life and it saved my life at that. So
Okay.
I got a wife and a family, man, that I want to provide for. I'm tired of seeing my wife pushing day in and day out. She's an RN and nurse, man. She works for like hospice patients, man. Just seeing her pushing her nose up against the grind every day, it motivates me to get your family in a better situation, in a better atmosphere. So I definitely want to keep this pro level, man. If I get to pro, I get that big money fight, man. Give me a couple of mil and I'll be out, man. Give me a couple of mil and I'll be out the game, man. Yeah. I just want to enjoy the fruits of my labor. That's all.
Just remember us and sprinkle a little bit of love after you
keep you guys in mind. Keep you guys in mind. Shout out to the Damage Plan, man. Shout out to you guys.
Yeah, when you make that couple mil.
Yeah. Like, remember those guys at the Damage Plan podcast? Yeah, those are some good guys.
They used to have me on when I was an amateur.
Yeah, they had me on. That's cool.
I had the guy's name. I got the guy's name sticky note. Got you.
I got to ask you then, that's where your sight's set, what's your dream fight?
Full dream fight.
Don't say Aleko. That's not cool.
Shout out to my boy Aleko, repping the shirt today.
Shout out to my man. Me personally, that dream fight, man, just get into the biggest platform that I can. Have a sold out card, sold out event, sold out arena in front of thousands, if not, man. And put on a good showcase, put on a good fight, man. I don't really have a per se opponent in particular. Just anybody, man. Just put me there on the platform, I perform.
You're gonna be 135, right? Like that's your weight class to fight at?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so you'd be like
Cody Garbrandt.
Sean O'Malley.
Sean O'Malley, there you go.
Definitely Sugar Sean. That's my man there.
Yeah. What if you could headline a card with fighting him and put him to sleep?
I would love to be the first one. I mean, I know Cheetah, he was the first one to actually put
Don't get going on that. Jason will lose his mind.
I already know the scenario, but if I can get in there with him, man, and we put on some fireworks, hopefully at the end of the fight, we can definitely chop it up. He can share some experience with me, man, and we can definitely move forward from there. I live to learn, man. That's all I live by. I live to learn. As long as I'm able to process and learn from it, I enjoy it.
Do you have a favorite fighter? UFC fighter?
Yes, sir. It'll be the Nigerian Nightman. I mean, Kamal Usman, definitely.
Hey, he has grown on me the last. I wasn't a huge fan, but the last like 3 fights, his improvement, like you can't deny what that guy's done. Like you just can't deny it. You don't see those type of improvements from fight to fight with
as a champion.
As a champion, he's gotten better, and it's like that's scary. So he's at the top of my list right now. I'm a huge fan.
I love his mind frame, and his mindset is an unbreakable mindset. As long as you be able to just keep that mind frame sharp, it's bulletproof, and that's what I love about it.
He doesn't flinch. Like when Burns knocked him down in that fight, he just got right back up and got right back into his stance, got right back like nothing, like it was nothing. I'm like he didn't get rattled at all. That's impressive.
But when he cracked Burns and you saw Burns break. Yeah.
Because he didn't rush right in either when he cracked Burns. He was calm about it. He picked his shots, and yeah, that's a good man to follow.
That was a great performance, man. I love that. I watched that. Honestly, guys, I just got done watching that before I came on the podcast with you guys. I just came back from the gym, man.
Who do you got in the main event this weekend with Dustin Poirier and Conor McGregor?
I don't want to put my opinion in. I don't want to. I'm not going to be that guy to throw it in there. Because,
you don't want to throw it out there. If you were if you were a betting man and you had to put your money on, they said, "Hey, gun to your head, you got to pick one of these guys."
People's champ, from a fight fan perspective, I'm gonna always enjoy the people's champ, which is Conor McGregor.
Okay.
But as a fighter, a full-bred fighter, as you enjoy the sport and you learn as a martial artist, of course I love it. It's just Dustin Poirier. I mean, he's that diamond that's been through the pressures, been through the whole trenches. He's been through the whole nine. So as a fighter, if you want to be an up-and-coming fighter, looking at his life story, looking at his background is definitely the way to go. He's
got a pretty good story watching his development. They had a show with him. I think it was on like MTV or something, like early on in his amateur career, watching him go up. I remember watching it, and it's like,
really?
Yeah. I want to say it was on MTV.
It was on TV for sure.
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He goes, yeah, for sure.
He was like, no, he was an amateur. When he was in Louisiana. I remember watching it, and watching what he's done and his career path, and he's at the top now. He's making money.
He deserves it, man.
What if he loses this weekend?
He's not.
I don't think so either.
No,
I don't think so. We're both on Diamond Poirier this weekend. Just so you know where we're at, Artist. I'm a huge Conor fan. I love Conor.
Love Conor.
I try to name I have 3 boys. I try to convince my wife to name all 3 of them Conor at some point. She wouldn't go for it. Like, love Conor, but I think Dustin wins this weekend. But I was thinking about this the other day. I'm like, man, if he loses, like, where does he go? Like, where does he fall to?
Exactly. I think, man, in his particular case, if he loses this fight, man, this still gives him that points and that I guess the popularity to kind of get him that platform to where I mean, no one never really doubts him. It's just whenever you put him against these high star powers, you can't help but to favor the people's champ, the people's favorite.
Conor definitely gets the fans looking. Like he gets the people watching. You're starting to see kind of a little bit of the old Conor this fight where you didn't see it that last fight. I mean, hey, I'm glad Poirier he's earned this chance to make this kind of money in this big of a pay-per-view fight. He's earned it.
Artist, I have a question for you. So now that we've seen the smack talking Conor, and then the last couple fights we've seen the respectful Conor that doesn't do that. Which Conor do you prefer?
I prefer the martial artist Conor, man. The one who has these philosophies, the one who has these quotes in mind that he throws out there in these fights it's an eye catcher to everyone. The aggressive Conor was cool. He is very characteristic, is very charismatic of whatnot, but his work ethic in the octagon is different from his smack talk. So if he can bring that old Conor out, the old fire that we know that he has in him, he can definitely take he can definitely take Poirier out in the first, man. If he has that tiger, the one he has on the shit, he has the gorilla mentality. He would definitely go in and has the finish, man. But like my man Joe Rogan said, you can't really be that type of savage if you're waking up in Gucci with silk sheets, man. So.
It's true. That is 100% facts.
The other thing I liked, and Khabib said it, and this is what made me realize I'm like, okay, I think that the Conor show is over. Not saying he can't win fights here or there, but like that rocket ship that Conor rode to the top, like that's over. Name a fighter that's had 2 primes to their careers.
GSP.
Did he have 2 primes though?
Because he came back.
He came back, but he left on top, and he was still at the top when he never went up and then down and then came back. You know what I mean?
Frank Mir.
That's a good one. That's a good one. But it's just not very common, right? And
Frank Mir wasn't at Conor McGregor.
And Frank Mir didn't win that Conor McGregor money.
Yeah.
Looks like he got one.
He didn't make that money. Like Frank Mir didn't make that Conor McGregor money either. Makes it you get, dude, money changes people. It makes you softer too. It just does. Like Mike Tyson talked about it. He said his kid wanted to box, and he goes, dude, some killer will eat you. And he's like, you grew up with maids and people making you
That's
foods
true.
like you grew up soft, like you didn't grow up like me. He goes, you run into somebody that comes from the streets like I did, like they're gonna kill you.
That says something. I mean, I know if I got 20 million in the bank, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how motive.
Artist is like, yeah, just make 1-2 mil. And I'm out.
Yeah, just give me 2. Just
I'll
give me
take
2.
2 or 3. I don't want to be too greedy. I don't want to have the crumbs hanging on the side of my mouth. I just want to be finger licking good, man.
I'm not going to be too greedy. No, you're not going to be too greedy.
I don't want to be too greedy.
Oh, Blake says Robbie Lawler. Robbie Lawler was another one too. He's just been around forever.
Did he have 2 primes?
I don't know if he had 2 primes, but
I think he had 2 primes.
He's just been one long.
It was just
journey.
awesome. He was just a MFer for a long time. One of my favorite fighters ever. Anyways, Artist, back to your fight. How do you see this fight going on July 31st for you?
Well, if you guys enjoyed the 4th of July fireworks, you might get ready for this one as well. I believe this one's going to be this is nothing compared. The 4th of July fireworks is nothing compared to July 31st. It's going to be a great fight. I know he's going to come prepared. I know he's going to, knowing he's making his amateur debut, he's hungry for that win, the same way I was for my amateur debut. It's going to be a great fight. I'm just looking forward to showcasing everything that I learned for the past couple of years I've been training, and hopefully he does as well. So it's going to be a great fight. It's going to be a great performance. I promise to put that on for you guys just like that for sure.
Cool, man. I dig it.
Well, I like it. One more question before we get you out of here, unless you had something else, Zack.
No, go ahead.
How does the fight end, Artist?
My prediction of the fight, I'm going to drag him out. I'm going to drag him to deep waters in the third, man. If it drags out to the third, me personally, I predict a finish, either TKO or just me going in to finish him with some good punches in the KO, man. That's what I'm going to aiming for. I'd rather go the distance, but I got to put on the good show for this one, so I'm going for a finish.
Always go for the finish, bro.
Always
never leave it in the hands of the judges.
Yeah.
Artist.
I mean, yeah, you're coming up to Utah again. I mean, you ended up winning the judge's decision last fight.
It was razor. It was razor.
It was a close fight, though. I mean, I thought you won the fight, but I thought it was competitive. It's competitive.
Actually, he's going to be.
Actually, he's coming on the podcast, and I think he's on in an hour. He'll be on.
Oh, Chris is?
Yeah, Chris will be coming on. It's cool. Artist, Roman just said sons. Sons in 4, baby.
I hope so.
Let's get it.
Are you a Suns fan too?
Give my man CP. Give him his championship, man. Look, give my man his championship. He's been working hard for it. That's my next best idol right there. He's been working very hard.
Artist,
give him his title, man.
Now we're gonna fight. The only reason I don't want the Suns to win is because I don't want to see CP3 win a championship. How about that?
Oh, it's right there. You hit me right here, Zach.
just like a teep right to the heart. I didn't like him at Wake Forest. I didn't like him. I've never liked him.
I tell you what, Devin Booker's growing on me though. Watching.
Oh, I like Devin Booker. I like Devin Booker, and I like Ayton too.
Yeah,
I like Jake Crowder, and I like Bridges.
But it's lined up for him this year. It's lined up.
Great squad, man. Great squad.
Yeah.
I see them getting it. I see them getting. I mean, I think it's going to go to Game 7. I don't think it's too much of a long run that they have to push through all these series and all the quarterfinals. But I think it's too much. But in this one,
Suns and 5.
Suns and 5, bro.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think they beat him, especially if Giannis isn't playing. Which I don't think he is.
Right.
I don't think he is. So yeah,
this might change the series. That you definitely might be right.
Yep. All right, Artist. We'll let you get out of here and enjoy your day. Are there any sponsors you want to give a shout out to?
Extreme Couture, man. Thank you guys for everything that you guys have provided me with the work ethic and the teammates. Thank you for providing me with the best camp and the best advice that I can get throughout the world, man. Extreme Couture, baby, all day, every day. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Damage Plan, for you guys having me on. Thank you for actually blessing me with this platform, and I should put on a show for you guys this July 31st, man. Let's get it.
July 31st. So those of you guys tuning in, get your tickets. If you cannot make it and you're in Vegas, I just put the link down there, blitztv.com. Check out the pay-per-view. 15 fights. They have 15 fights scheduled. Let's go. July 31st, baby.
Let's get it, baby. See
All
you
right,
guys
artists.
then.
We'll see you then. Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Much
man.
love, guys.